For one thing, it's kind of this, I'll call it a transformation when it comes to cybersecurity, in that, when systems were built originally and software was built, for lack of a better word, we built it for usability, which we still do, and we built it not around ensuring that the confidentiality, integrity, and availability requirements were kind of baked in. You hear that all the time, like bake the security in. Well, ZTA goes a step further, and we found that even if we build a secure system, we're still actually having adversaries penetrate those systems, those networks, those processes, those ports, protocols, and services. And because of that, we had to kind of up our game from a cyber perspective. And the only way to do that is start with not trusting anyone or anything. And like I said before, in the past, we might have done it at the network level. Like I might have looked at your IP address and it's coming from a country I don't trust, so I'm not going to trust you, and I'm basically going to filter you out. And then we went to more stateful systems where it says, okay, I see your IP and I see your payload, and I don't trust it based on kind of the normal both network and application norms we have. Well, zero trust goes, even if I trust your IP and your payload, do you have permission at this point in time in this specific service to gain access to that data? And so imagine the threat environment changes. Yesterday, you might be able to get authorization to that data, and the next day, we have to change, the threat environment changed, or something changed in the environment where that became more sensitive, and you no longer should have access to that. So there has to be a policy engine that does that almost in near real time. And so zero trust is kind of what we're shooting for. And then we have something called zero trust architecture. And that's kind of what you're talking about. And an architecture is nothing more than, here is a model to follow. And so that architecture allows you, a lot of people use models. Like if you're going to build a car, you need wheels, you need the front header unit, you need the motor, you need all the electronics, the windows, everything like that. And you would go step by step. So zero trust architecture is kind of a step by step, including the standards on what the wheel needs to be, like what size it needs to be. And so we're talking more cyber and policy. What is the strength of the policy that is integrated into that component or subcomponent?